The Distance Between Us is a love story about two people who have never met. Jake and Stella know nothing of each other's lives. Stella is in London and she sees someone she thinks she recognises. Jake is in Hong Kong celebrating Lunar New Year, and he realises that he's in grave danger. Both of them flee their lives and ultimately they meet each other at some point during the book. So the main characters of The Distance Between Us are firstly Stella. She is from Edinburgh, she has an Italian mother and she shares a rather uncomfortably close bond with her somewhat difficult sister, Nina. Jake has grown up in Hong Kong. He has never known his father and he travels to Britain in search of him. As the novel opens, he has been persuaded reluctantly into marriage with his girlfriend Mel. So The Distance Between Us has two very different locations, Hong Kong and the Scottish Highlands. So obviously these are very polarised places, one of which you are constantly surrounded by people all the time. The other is it's a place you can very easily be alone. I think I was very interested in the contrast between the Highlands and Hong Kong because you can be alone in very different ways in both those places. Stella and Jake converge in the Scottish Highlands, and I think they're both at a point in their lives when they're trying to work out how much distance they need from other people. The themes of The Distance Between Us include displaced identities. Both Stella and Jake don't entirely fit in the place in which they grow up. It's also very much concerned with the bond between sisters, which can be both wonderful and also difficult. It also touches on the pull of the past, the kind of undertow that we experience, pulling us back to events that happened to us in childhood. Most of all, I think it's a novel about parallel lives. Jake and Stella get geographically closer and closer throughout the first sort of half of the book until eventually their lives converge. The Distance Between Us was my third novel, and I realised today when I was looking at my copy that I was writing it 20 years ago when I was 31, which is before I had children, so it does feel like a whole lifetime ago. And yet, actually, a lot of it was very familiar to me still. It includes themes which readers might recognise from my other books, from my later books. What binds us and separates us from other people, family ties, the undertow of the past. It's all there. Also, the locations are very important to me as well. I did live in Hong Kong when I was in my 20s, and I used to go on holiday to the Scottish Highlands every year with my family when I was young, so it feels like a very important part of my DNA. I'm really delighted that Libro is publishing The Distance Between Us, and I really hope to be in Spain soon to meet some of the readers there.